Welcome to my new video about Taurus season 2024. I will talk about the overarching energies of Taurus season, the full moon in Scorpio and the new moon in Taurus. And yeah, I will weave my intuitive knowledge, evolutionary astrology, and also, the whole energy of Taurus, of this Taurus season in the context of the bigger transits of this year together. So if you don't know me, I'm Verena Borell. I work with evolutionary astrology, with my intuition, a little bit with the Akashic Records, and I'm also a student of somatic experiencing. So I want to bring astrology together with the body. And yeah, for me, astrology is really a lived experience. We can feel it, we can see it, we can sense it. It's nothing detached. So yeah, my mission and vision is to reconnect soul and soma, to bring astrology into your life and onto planet Earth. And that's the perfect gateway to Taurus, because Taurus is all about the body and all about the Earth. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, and it's the first Earth sign. So Taurus is fixed Earth and ruled by Venus, and it's a yin sign. And yeah, for me, it's really that Aries, the first sign, and the first fire sign is really our spirit and our spark that comes into life and is born from the cosmic womb of Pisces. And it's just our spirit, it's just our fire, it's our mission, it's our passion. And with Taurus, it's the commitment of our spirit and of our soul to be in a body and to be on planet Earth. So Taurus is really for me this commitment of our soul to be in a body and to have this earthly experience. And in a nutshell, Taurus is, first of all about our survival. So the survival of our body. Our soul is, especially if you are practicing evolutionary astrology, you know our soul is, has an evolution that goes over lifetimes. But now in this lifetime, we have this one body and this one life. And what does this body need to survive? So Taurus is really about our fundamental needs, our basic needs: food, shelter, rest. And Taurus is, as I said, ruled by Venus. So it's not only about survival, it's also about thrival, so that you can thrive. And what is pleasurable. And I think in Taurus, we really learn, and it's a huge learning for many, for all of us, and for people who have a lot of Taurus in their chart, in particular, it's a learning to enjoy life and to learn that it's actually a wonderful thing that we are in a body on planet Earth, and that we have senses and we can experience life with all of our senses, and that we can experience the Earth as this abundant, beautiful environment. And so Taurus is also not only about our basic needs, it's also about what is pleasurable. What do we value? What do we like? What do we enjoy? And it's also about our values. What do we value? What is important for us? And our self-worth. And I always feel with Taurus, so I have a Taurus sun in the 12th house. It's almost the only planet that I have on Earth. And I feel with Taurus so strongly that it teaches us really that abundance comes when we simplify our life and when we reduce what we don't need or what we don't enjoy. So Taurus is really about this graceful, simple, beautiful life, the joy of simplicity, the abundance of reduction. it's really, I think, honoring and seeing the little things, the small things that are so meaningful. And all of these topics, being in a body, being on planet Earth, can be full of fears, full of inherited trauma, full of personal trauma, because being in a body on planet Earth can be hurtful. So Taurus is also about numbness. Taurus is about abundance, but also about lack. The fear of not surviving, not thriving, not having enough. In Taurus, we can hoard things. And I think that right now, this Taurus season 2024 is very special, very, very special. And you all know, if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow my newsletter, when you follow other astrology accounts, we have this, or we had this huge Jupiter Uranus conjunction in Taurus. I highly recommend you to head over to my Instagram channel, or if you speak German, I highly recommend you to watch my Astrology of 2024 video course, where I dive deeper into the Jupiter Uranus conjunction in Taurus that happened in European time in the early morning of April 21st. If you live in the US, I think it might be in the late evening of April 20th. And Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in 21-degree Taurus. And that they conjunct in Taurus, I think it happens for the last time in the 1940s, and that they conjunct happens every 13 years. So we have not only the Sun, and later in May, Venus in Taurus and Mercury, but we also have Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in Taurus. So I feel that there is a huge calling in regard to Taurus topics, and also a huge potential for healing. For healing our relationship to our body and to the earth. And that all sounds very big and huge. And I always think that a revolution and a reclamation and the change of the world starts with everybody, with you, with me. And when we want to heal the earth, we can start to heal the relationship to our body, because our body is of the same material as earth. We are the earth, or our body is the earth. You are so much more than your body. And this is another thing that I want to touch upon. I think it's really a Uranus and Taurus teaching, that we can just relate to our body and listen to our body and tend to our capacity, to our somatic capacity, and really witness our body and love our body if we don't over-identify with our body. So there is this healthy detachment. It's not dissociation. That is the shadow side of this. It's a healthy detachment from our body. It's not the over-identification with our body, but really being the witnesser of our body, so that we can tend to our needs, that you can objectively see what our body needs and listen to our body. And that does not mean that we always follow, but listening to our body is one way of healing our relationship to our body, and with that of the earth. Because I think, especially with Uranus and Taurus, which is a longer transit, Uranus moved into Taurus in 2018, 2019. And I think that the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that is happening right now in 2024 is really like a climax of this whole Uranus and Taurus time. And I think that Uranus is a planet of liberation, it's a planet of revolution. And I think we can really, with Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus, it's so much about the liberation from repression and exploitation, from the repression of our body and the earth, from the exploitation of our natural resources. And it's really about the liberation from our Taurus fears around lack, around survival, around having not enough resources, having not enough money. And this is such a loaded topic, because when I say return to your body, listen to your body, that sounds so easy, but it's not. I know it's not. And maybe you know that it's not. Maybe it's super, super scary for you to be in a body and to accept to be in a body and to be on planet Earth. And I see that in the collective, and you see that too. I mean, our society is all about disconnecting us from our body and from our, from the relationship to our needs. So you don't have to experience trauma to separate from your body from an early age on. I mean, even already in school, you learn to self-discipline. Nothing against self-discipline. I'm a big fan of self-discipline, but it's always a matter of how far we go. And I think in our society, we are trained to disconnect from our body, to go over our boundaries, to go over our capacity, to exploit our body, to exploit the earth, to not save our resources, but really exploit our resources. So we have increasing rates in burnout. I mean, Mother Planet Earth is screaming. We really learn in this lifetime, and since many lifetimes, since centuries, our whole lineage has learned that if you lived in Western cultures, Western societies, that you must disconnect from your body and you must be productive all the time, and you don't have needs. And even when we go into religious systems like Christianity or something like that, there are so many distorted ways to, I'm not talking about true or original Christianity, but all of these distorted religious systems that connected the body with shame and guilt and sin. It's sinful to be in a body. So that's all stuck in our bones. We inherited so many contracts that we never signed. I know from my personal experience, and I already shared on my Instagram a lot about that. I know that I have inherited from my lineage and also from my upbringing and also from society and the collective, these rules and contracts around discipline and performance and work. So this idea that you must work at least 8 hours per day to be worthy, to have the right to live. You must suffer and work hard to be good. And I have never signed these contracts. You have never signed these contracts. I don't know what repressive and oppressive rules are coming up for you right now. Maybe they are very different from mine, but maybe they are similar, because we live in a society that over-identifies with performance, with working, with busyness. Why? Because that's how that system works. You need to produce and to consume. And nobody taught us that we can be happy by just smelling on a rose. And we can have an abundant life by actually working less and enjoying more. And that's a path of my Uranus Sun conjunction journey that I'm experiencing right now. One part of that is to really, really have the courage to break these contracts and to liberate myself. And I know it's all happening in my 12th house. It's a collective topic, and we all experience this Jupiter-Uranus transit in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus. It doesn't matter if you have planets in Taurus or not. You have Taurus in your chart, and Taurus is an overarching archetype that is everywhere and everybody. So ask yourself, where do you repress your natural needs? Where do you not live in alignment with your body, with your values? Where do you don't allow yourself to have joy, to receive, to experience pleasure? And this might be very difficult for you because, and I know that from my own experience and from my somatic experiencing training, it's really difficult for our body to experience joy and pleasure when we are constantly on alert because of trauma, because we learned to be on alert and to be in a constant yang push mode. So to really calm down, to receive, to open up, to enjoy, this can be very hard, not only for your mind and for your belief system, but also for your body, really for your body. So I highly recommend you somatic healing techniques like somatic experiencing to actually teach your body to tend to your capacity to feel joy again. And I think it's a collective process that somatic healing techniques like somatic experiencing are becoming more known. I think it's a topic around Uranus and Taurus too, and topics around embodiment, that they came into the field. It's all happening aligned with Uranus and Taurus. And I'm always saying the planets are never doing something with you. They don't cause anything, but everything is related. Everything is connected. We, the planets, you, nature, it's all interconnected, and we are all, dancing together this evolutionary dance. And astrology is so beautiful because with astrology, we can literally see, as we see the planets in the sky, we can literally see what archetypal topics are in the field right now and part of our collective and individual evolution process. So I think that there's a huge, huge potential right now and over the next months and years to heal our relationship with our body, with our natural capacity, with work, with all of these earth topics. And there has so much happened during the time with Pluto in Capricorn. So it's an earth sign too. So I think this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, and then Pluto will go back for, I think, 1 or 2 months this autumn into Capricorn. I think there is this topic around, we must heal Earth. We must heal our body. And I really say we must, because when we don't do that, we can never go into the age of Aquarius, the age of air. And I will say more about that in a minute. But I think that I really want to emphasize that you can ask yourself, and you have changed a lot. We are just coming right out of eclipse season into Taurus season. So you changed a lot. So your values have changed. Your needs have maybe changed. Maybe you recognize, oh, wow, I actually cannot and will not work at least or more than 8 hours per day. My body hurts. I cannot do that any longer. And when you recognize that, that makes the problem even bigger, because then you see, okay, I cannot do that any longer. That means I have to change something. If you're self-employed, you can try to change things, but even if you're self-employed, your fear of not earning enough money can kick in. So we are confronted with all of these Taurus topics. And I think that when we really commit to be more gentle with ourselves and to be more gentle with our body, we are confronted with fears. The fear that we cannot survive, the fear that we cannot thrive. And I think it's a very, very personal journey, and I cannot, I don't want to say things in general about that, because I don't know about your privilege. I don't know about your circumstances. I don't know if it's even an option to work less or to work more aligned with your natural capacity, or to tend more to your body, or to live more in a way that is aligned with the earth. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know if you have the privilege to work less or to buy, for example, organic food or all of these things. But I want to encourage you, if you have the privilege to make changes, do that. Because often it's not, or sometimes it's not our real circumstance that holds us back, but all of these internalized rules, all of these contracts that we inherited from our lineage or from society, that we feel bad if we work less than our family, our ancestors, our neighbors, our friends. How dare we to enjoy life? So I really want to sit with that and reflect very self-honestly. And when you see, and when you know, okay, I have to override my body's capacity, because when I don't do that, I cannot feed myself, I cannot pay my rent. Then maybe you find other ways to repair and to nourish your body in a way that feels more aligned. And I think that the healing of planet Earth starts with our relationship to our body, and the feeling that we are all interconnected. And I think that especially around the Scorpio full moon, the Scorpio full moon is on, and I have the Central European time. So I think if you live in the US, it's one day earlier. In Germany and Austria, it's on April 24th at 1 a.m. 48 minutes. And the full moon in Scorpio is happening at 4 degrees Scorpio, 17 minutes. And it's in a square to Pluto in Aquarius. And I think that especially around this time, there might show up these contracts, or where you have given your energy away out of fear. And maybe it's time to cut the cords. Maybe it's time to really return to your true nature, and also to make a change. In Taurus, the danger in Taurus, or the challenge in Taurus, is that we stay in the now because it's more comfortable, even though it's actually against our body and against our values. So around this full moon in Scorpio, it might be interesting to be really radically self-honest, where you follow your fear and act and live against your body and against your values, and give your power away to society, to your ancestors, and don't own your own power, and don't make a change out of fear. And I also think that around this Scorpio full moon in Scorpio, so Taurus is very much about this joy to be alive, and Scorpio is this deep knowing that we will die. And with Scorpio and Taurus, we are in this beautiful alchemy and composting process, that we must die so that we can be reborn, and it's the plant that grows and flourishes and then dies and becomes compost and becomes earth so that new life can grow. And I think I feel this Scorpio energy, and especially the square from the Taurus sun and the Taurus moon to Pluto in Aquarius, very much with this topic, that we become aware that our body will die. Our soul and spirit will go on, will continue their journey, but our body will die. And we have this precious life now. So do we really want to repress ourselves and exploit ourselves and exploit the earth? Or do we want to make a change and fill our life with more things that are truly aligned with us and that are truly aligned with what brings us joy and aliveness and well-being? And I'm not talking about this fun and joy that we might experience more with Aries. So there's rush of adrenaline and rush of dopamine. We all love it. We all need it. Nothing against fiery Aries fun. But the Taurus fun and joy and happiness is really this breathing in, breathing out, enjoying life, the beauty of the simple things, coming back to your natural pace. And my Taurus sun told me, or sent me this message: your natural pace is actually aligned with your heartbeat, and your heartbeat is aligned with the frequency of Earth. And returning to your natural pace is radical and revolutionary in a world that is so fast. And we then have, I can show you the charts. So we have the full moon in Scorpio. Here you see the square from, so the sun and the moon build this T-square with Pluto in Aquarius. And then we have 2 weeks later the new moon on May 8th, or it depends on your time zone, on May 7th. And here we have, you see the sun and the moon are in a balsamic conjunction to, or the moon is in a balsamic conjunction to Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. And at that point, Venus is already in Taurus. And we have this sextile to Saturn in Pisces. And I think that, or what I feel is that this new moon is really such a beautiful, there is such a beautiful potential for all of these Taurus topics around healing that I just shared with you. And I really have the feeling that I want to touch on this idea why, or I asked myself, why is this Taurus energy so heightened? Why is it part of our personal and collective evolution in 2024 that we have this Taurus experience? And I think Taurus is really the prerequisite, the foundation for the age of Aquarius, the age of air, and also for our collective learning that we have with the North Node in Aries. Because just when we rooted in our self-worth and in our values, we can really do all the Aries things around being the leader of our life, going forward, stepping into our authenticity, standing up for ourselves. really create our life in an authentic way. Because when you're not rooted in your self-worth, you feel rejected all the time in Aries. And when you are not secure about your values, you will run in Aries and completely lose track, and you will burn out. And also, what my guides told me, what I found so beautiful, is they said, yeah, you can stay in the fire, you can stay in the creative energy, and you can also stay in the air, the room of ideas and visions. But you need Taurus, you need your body, you need the earth, you need, yeah, material things to bring it onto the earth. And when you just are in the fire, you burn out. So a fire needs wood, it needs something that it can burn in a sustainable way. So it's really about, Taurus brings in this idea of sustainability and also of manifestation, making something earthy. If you just have ideas and a big mission, you can literally just do it when you have a body. So without a body, you can do actually nothing. And it doesn't matter if you have a healthy body or if you have a disabled body, just that you have a body enables you to be here. And if you are here, you create. And I think it's very interesting that, considering that Taurus is also the prerequisite for the age of Aquarius, which is the age of air. So Taurus and Aquarius build in a natural square aspect in the natural zodiac. And I think that there is so much about that. So we cannot, it's not about lifting the ground. It's not about leaving the earth and because we have burned it down. It's really about how can we ground ourselves and from that base go into the room of visions and ideas and innovative things. And I think it's really this whole time, this whole Taurus season 2024 can teach us so strongly that you are both. You're a child of the earth and child of the stars. You have access to these Uranian Aquarius fields. You can receive messages. You have open channels. You are more than your body. And also, you are in a body on planet Earth. So it's really embracing both sides of you. And seeing the earth, your body, your resources, your capacity as prerequisite for being in your fire without burning out. Yeah. I mean, we can stay in the room of ideas and visions, but then we will never manifest something and bring it to life and onto earth. So, I mean, there are many, many other transits. So Mars changes sign, Venus changes sign, and so on. But I really want to give you an overview of the energies and share in a rather intuitive way than in a very on the chart way what I feel, what I see when I meditate upon the astrological charts, upon the transits. And I think, this Taurus season is very, very important for our collective and personal evolution. And especially that it comes after eclipse season, where we worked so much around our Aries, Libra topics, around being really radically authentic and having the courage to lead our life and become the leader of our own life. Taurus is really about reconnecting with our own heart again and asking ourselves, okay, is that in alignment with my values? And how can I find a stable ground so that I can move on? And how can I How can I create my life with passion and also take my body with me? Okay, I think I will stop here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to dive deeper, I highly recommend you my new upcoming workshop. I will give a workshop together with intuitive astrologer Noura Rachel. And our workshop has the beautiful title, Rewilding with Earth Signs. So if you want to discover your Earth signs or the Earth signs in general, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, in a new, untamed, innovative, very embodied and intuitive way, join our workshop. The workshop is on May 16th. But it will be also recorded, so you can also sign up and get the recording. And you find all information in the description of the video. And also, maybe important to note that I give one-on-one astrology sessions, and I also give one-on-one guidances over several months. And in these guidances, I weave together. So I guide you. On base of evolutionary astrology, but also I integrate more and more resourcing techniques from somatic experiencing. So I'm a student of Somatic Experiencing International, their 3-year-long professional training. And in my guidances, where I support you over several months, I slowly but surely combine astrology with somatic experiencing. So if that sounds interesting for you, check out my homepage. And yeah, I have many other offerings in regard to one-on-one offerings. You can learn astrology one-on-one with me in my astro mentorings, especially it's especially cool for you, or it's especially good for you if you have already astrological basic knowledge but want to go deeper. And if you like my approach to astrology, and if you like evolutionary astrology, I highly recommend you check this out. And yeah, sign up for my newsletter. You can sign up directly for my newsletter, or you can get my freebie. I have a beautiful Venus guide. You can download the guide, and then you get, you are automatically on my newsletter list. And follow me on Instagram. I give almost daily updates on Instagram. I would love to connect there with you. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking this video, for sharing this video. And if you watch this video not on my YouTube account, head over to Verena Borell Astrology, to my YouTube account. And I would love if you follow me there. So let me know how that video lands for you in the show notes, or in the comments below. And I'll see you probably in Gemini season. Take care and enjoy this Taurus season with all of your senses, and with your body and with your heart.